Hi, this is Godzo Medicine, PS4 and Medic Maniac YouTube, and I'm going to be giving you a couple more builds on Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen because it's such a brilliant game. And the build that I'm going to be looking at for the Arisen is the Warrior build. And when you think about a warrior can't dodge, it can't roll, it doesn't have a shield. It's just a character with either the sword for slashing damage or a hammer type weapon for crushing damage, and that's it. And you only get 3 skills. So not everybody likes to play as warrior. Some people hate playing as warrior, but some people like the challenge and like to set up their party to support them being an Arisen as a warrior. And so I thought about how the warrior plays, and I thought about what the build would need, and it would need magic defense because, like I say, there is no real evasive moves, there's no shield, you can't block with your weapon, you can't do that, and things target you as an Arisen, as I'm sure you'll find out in the Bitter Black or wherever it is with Dragon's Dogma. You'll find out that things go after the Arisen, they love to go after the Arisen. So you're going to need magic defense and you're going to need physical defense. You're going to need to play your build to the strength of the warrior, which is attack. You're going to need to put in physical attack. You're going to also need a healthy dose of HP to soak up that damage. But you're not going to need to neglect stamina either. You're going to need a decent slice of stamina. A fighter will need more stamina because of the shield and blocking, but a warrior still needs a bit of stamina because as the Arisen you might need to climb on enemies and give it a donking with your the handle of your weapon, as the warrior tends to do. So without further ado, I'll start the build. So you're going to need to start your Arisen as a fighter vocation. You don't need to rush to get to Grand Seren because you'll be spending another 15 levels, that's 1-5, as a fighter. So a start vocation as fighter and an additional 15 levels as fighter. Then once you've done that, you move 25 levels to sorcerer, 20 levels to mystic knight, and 30 levels as assassin. That little lot will lead you up to level 100. After level 100 you'll be spending 30 levels as a fighter, 45 levels as a ranger, and 25 levels as a magic archer, and all that will lead you up to level 200 with the following stats: a HP of 3860, a stamina of 3605, a physical attack of 591, a magic of 378, a physical defense of 447, and a magic defense of 403. So you can see there in that build what I talked about before about no blocking and about just having the 3 skills. Everything that I spoke about has been factored in to achieve those stats at the end. So I'll run you through the build again. You're starting as a fighter, you're doing a further 15 levels as a fighter. You do 25 levels sorcerer, 20 levels mystic knight, 30 levels assassin. Then after level 100 you do 30 levels fighter, 45 levels ranger, and 25 levels magic archer. And that is a nice little build for an Arisen to play the warrior vocation and play it well. I'm going to be teaming up the warrior with a mage build for a pawn, because what I wanted to do with this build was I wanted to build the legendary Morgana. And Morgana is a character that you see as a pawn at the start, and I think Morgana is a cracking little character. So I'm going to be building Morgana on a different console because I'm just a Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen fanatic and I love stuff like that. And the build that I've chosen to go for Morgana's mage build is this. So this is a pawn build, okay. I'm going to start as a mage. I'm going to get to Grand Surrender as quickly as possible. I'm going to be doing 15 levels as a fighter, that's 1-5. I'm going to do 25 levels as ranger, and 50, that's 50 levels as sorcerer. That'll lead up to level 100, and after level 100 I'll be spending 15 levels as fighter, 1-5, 30 levels as strider, and a further 55 levels as a sorcerer. And that'll lead up to level 200 with the following stats: 3,413 HP, 3,520 stamina, 383 physical attack, a magic nicely of 666, a physical defense of 322, and a magic defense of 507. So in that build I considered Morgana's slight frame and her small stature, but she's a legendary character in Dragon's Dogma and probably one of the most revered magic pawns out there. So I'll recap the build. Start as mage, 15 levels as fighter, 1-5, 25 levels as ranger, and 50, that's 50 levels as sorcerer. After level 100, 15 levels as fighter, 1-5, 30 levels as strider, and a further 55 levels as a sorcerer. So that hopefully is going to be the build for the legendary Morgana. So there you have my Arisen Warrior build and my Pawn Mage build.